Hi, welcome. This is day 3 update with Jax. And here on this update video, you're going to see me start to move beyond the boundaries of the training environment and out onto the street. So I'm going to be taking the GoPro here with me so you get kind of a bird's eye view of the walk. But here, on the first day or two, it's really focusing on really getting, doing this in more of a controlled environment, less distraction, and really work, build on the relational script. And then, as always, expectations begin to increase, and then that's when I start hitting the street, start bringing other dogs into the picture a little bit to help, again, advance the relational script. So here I'm going to be lifting the door up in the training area, and then you're going to see me, again, I'll be holding the camera. I'm going to be walking out onto the street, and again, the focus when I'm out there is, again, on nudging, okay, Jax's state of mind, redirecting it into me, the moments of separation, okay, so again, keying up on getting attuned to the motives of dogs, understanding this issue about what represents a follower state, okay, how to create a follower state, and what represents motives that need to be cleaned up. Again, it's understanding, getting kind of the three-dimensional view of the relationship, and to understand or know how to create relational change, how to speak the right language through the method. And that's what this system's about. So again, I'm going to be walking out into the street. Again, I'm still using the pressure collar, okay? Again, that's going to be, so you see me switching over to the flat collar more and more, but here, it's even as I'm hitting the street, I just need a little bit more, make sure I have really good, sharp communication, especially when I'm starting to go into more challenging areas at first, to make sure I have really good, good line of communication to how I connect to a caller. So again, how I use that's different. I'm not waiting for the mind to explode, okay? It's staying ahead of the curve of the mind. And again, so it's more like nudging. It's like little moments of influence, little hey yous, just kind of, again, filtering his mind through me as I walk. And so as I go here and walk, again, I'm not going to walk very far for day 3. I'm going to walk down a little ways, but you get to see the walk as it happens here. You see me working the leash. But again, because I'm holding the camera, not able to use both hands, so you're seeing me, you'll see the method, how it's working, and how he's responding to it. So again, the goal is to walk down the street. But again, another issue here too, you see with Jax is it's very interesting because, based on, again, type of personality type, between yesterday a little bit today, you see him leaning out, wanting to lean away from you a little bit, okay? Doesn't want, just slowly getting him to accept or coming to the script. But again, it's about how his mind, how the motives plan. The more relational change that happens, the more he'll start to line up and start to really, just get very comfortable coming into the follower role. So again, that's the same reason we see dogs leaning on people. They're in a possessive state of mind and more thinking the person more as like property. But again, that cleans up too. As relational change happens, you'll see the dog start to, stand up straight, not lean on the person. So anyway, I'm going to lift the door up to see, you're going to see some of the walk here as I move. But it's the same basic method as inside the training environment, except for I'm walking straight ahead. And again, you see me stopping a lot during the walk to make sure, just like reset, just like set points, making sure that I have really good communication happening. Really making sure that the integrity of the script is holding true, and that's because it's really making sure it does. So no Jax can go in front of me. He's got to stay right beside me, and again, just making sure I have that inwardness of his mind just continuing to move in that direction, to be working the method, working the leash. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to lift the door up, and I'm going to take the. Okay, even the door goes up like that. Noises and such, the same thing. Here the door goes up, my puzzle reaction with the dog. You want to tap the leash. Okay, same thing. This is where some people say, well, I have a dog has trouble with thunderstorms or loud noises. It's reverse. It's totally reverse thinking, okay? You have to bring the dog under influence, but it's within the relational script, okay? So it's just like nudging, okay? But again, everything else will make sense. The more you fix the root of the problem, the more the dog will start to really get calmer in those situations. So anyway, I'm going to take the camera here. I'm going to flex here, give you a bird's eye view. And again, I'm going to start moving outside the training environment. So same thing, moving forward. Of course, I'm going to one-hand this, so I'm going to stop a little bit more often.
I'm going to have to use the collar a little bit more here, but again, just focusing in on the script, just tapping. Let's see, I'll tap the leash here a little bit. Move forward, my left leg. Moving them forward, tapping as I go. And again, just stopping lots. Putting them in the sit. This gives you a bird's eye view of my neighborhood a little bit here. Again, I'm talking, I'm tapping the leash. So even when I'm using the camera here, it's important that I still keep the script going. I don't just kind of loosen it up. Same thing, moving forward with them, stopping. Now it's really helpful too when you're doing a walk with the dog is to do lots of stopping, vary the pace. Sometimes what will happen is things can look really great on the walk, especially people that use certain, say, a pinch collar, and so you have the physical position, but the dog will still be controlling the walk, believe it or not, still holding power. And how you can tell is when you start to change it up a little bit to, again, what's reasonable. You'll see the dog get very challenged, very resistant to you starting to vary the pace and start to put expectations, reasonable expectations, on the dog's mind. So same thing, tap a little bit. Car going by here. Tap, just that inwardness, that's what we want. Same thing, moving forward. Again, put him back. So here the other thing too, see how he's kind of leaning out a little bit. And so when that happens, I just kind of nudge a little bit to kind of just to tap him in. Again, call it mind roll too. Any sort of rolling forward, you want to get him back. He's got to actually pace me. So the service dog standard is the dog has to be totally lined up here. He's got to be solid. If I stop or start to stop, he's got to slow down even before me and come into the sit. Same thing, move forward by left leg. Now here I'm going to stop. Now when I'm going to turn to go the other direction. I turn in with my left leg. Just like that. Again, moving back again. And slow down. So here's about impulse control too. So he's got to be patient. He's just got to move in. Here's my son coming home from the neighbor's house, which is, you'll see me using him. A little bit on this. Tap. Nudge. Forward. Again, put him back. Moving forward again. My wife is home too from her job, so forward. Forward. This is good too, because when people are showing up, see, I'll tap him. So if he's investing too much in them, okay, and here's another exercise. So if you know it's a high level investment, then you can angle him. See, now he's over here at a bit of an angle. See me tapping? I get a better picture. If I just move him at a little bit of an angle, see how he's moving his head, I'm tapping him out. I'm just communicating, saying, you know, you might get to meet them, but it's going to come through me as a follower. So really critical that but it gives me a better picture if I work them just a little at the side like this. And now they went in, I move forward. But just understanding the levels of investment, making sure that you're in tune to that, to make sure he's in right relationship, making sure that he's in the follower script. So forward again. Moving in between two cars. So here I'm right in between two vehicles. So even tight spaces, you know, everything matters getting dog used to, because even spacing will unnerve a dog a little bit if you're not used to that. So then we'll go from now, circle around. So anyway, give you a little bird's eye view of the walk. Jax is doing extremely well. He's doing really good. Considering, okay, he's only been here, this is day 3, so, you know, it's all about, certainly is doing good based on, you know, how he's accepting the script. So just about making sure consistency, clear communication, okay, just how it comes together. So anyway, that gives you a good view of how